shitty and I have a cold. Oh fuck. Um, what's on my mind now? I've been thinking about. I've watched a lot of things recently, I guess, and I think I just learned to appreciate some things, like no matter how shitty they are. That's why behind the scenes stuff is supposed to like convince you. But a lot of people work on a lot of things, and yeah, um, I think I wanted to talk about the whole situation on this country because it feels like it gets really, really, really weird most of the time. You know, like not weird. It gets cartoonish. It's raw, outrightly ridiculous. So the massacre that happened in Benue, right, is is something that has never really left my mind. But then I feel so powerless. It's like, what can I really do? I was talking to my friend the other day. I was like, there's no day that this thing doesn't really cross my mind because in everything, most people see numbers, but those are souls, those are lives, right? And I can't even imagine myself in that position, like just another statistic. And yeah, and there's no there's no ah what was it? There's no justice. There's no justice because what was supposed to be a big deal, right? You got from the Pope, you got from foreign bodies talking about this matter, and then the president didn't even go to the actual place that it happened. He came to Benue to come and do campaign, and then the other people there just came, and the governor and everything, and everybody is just on some stupid shit, left children out in the rain and everything, and it's just like this is dystopian. I would think of a dystopia as like it's like it's very far, but as I've just been in Lagos, even sometimes I'm like, bro, you know, some places where there's just like pile of trash. It's just there. And when you realize that the whole dystopianism, the whole everything is caused by a few people. Unfortunately, those few people have crazy amount of supporters and defenders. It is very crazy when you see the amount of people that defend these people. And just talk about other injustice like in Congo, Sudan, Gaza, Haiti, a bunch of other places, and it's just blatant racism, right? Because when people be like, it's only nations that are like predominantly colored people that all these things can slide. You know, the United States is always provoking something, and somehow it's just like make them look like the heroes. And there's a lot of that has gone around, and it is disturbing, and it is also interesting. The demonization of Arabs. We just it's just Western media and everything that just taught you to feel like they've stereotyped people, and when you see those things really play out in people's mentalities in real life, is interesting. And yeah, a bunch of injustice everywhere, and you can talk about everything because I was just like, oh man, how are you talking about Gaza? I mean, it makes sense. I mean, I guess it's weird, right? Like, oh, you're so concerned about what's happening outside, you don't know what's happening inside. But all injustice everywhere is injustice. Injustice anywhere is injustice everywhere. People see things that are not working, and then they just decide to just let it slide, right? get away with it every time. Everybody's saying stop, 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 but nobody really wants to touch, nobody wants to do anything. A bunch of people. You can talk. It's hard. It's hard. Really, like it's really tough. And most days, it's just you don't want to be this. But why do the world governments just suck so much? You know, I don't want to get into the whole billionaire matter because I've talked about it before. But even like a bunch of celebrities and everything, people have influence and maybe they don't use it, or maybe they are just with. Because a lot of people kind of seem like sometimes they are just part of the system that's also bringing you down. If somebody will be like, oh yeah, and they want to do giveaway or some shit like that, but then like they are dining with your president and it's like, nigga, are you even saying anything? Are you doing anything? You know? And people really defend billionaires. People think because you're a billionaire, you're so fucking smart, or you're this, or you're that. And a lot of things just inherited wealth. And I remember people saying this argument on Twitter that, oh, a Nepo baby is out working you or out something, whatever. Nigga, a poor person doesn't even have the time to even think about their mental health, right? You know, and most of these people, especially if you're a billionaire, you're part of the exploitative system, right? So you can't really just slide on that one. You can't really just try and remove yourself out like, oh man, maybe it's the privilege or whatever. There's this is part of the system. And I understand, but at the same time, everybody deserves the chance to thrive. That's just the truth, right? So it wouldn't really even be systems that won't create this opportunity for this abject poverty. So at least you'll be able to get some kind of opportunity some way, somehow. And it's not so easy, right? It's like, oh man, somebody came from this to this, and for every one of that person, there's 100 or other people that didn't see that chance and that weren't given that look. But anyway, that's like shifting from there. There's a certain loss of humanity when these things happen, and then you just see people. I can understand the numbness, especially in being in a country like this. It fucking sucks, right? If it's not one thing, it's another thing. It's all over the place, and people never really recover from it. I guess because maybe personally I don't know a victim or I don't know anything, but I mean, imagine someone that lost their child on October 20th, 2020. How do you recover from that? And how do you even see society as the same way? People lost their families in Benue. How do you see it the same way? Something is happening in Enugu too. And there's also the government complicit because I mean, if all these things are happening and everybody just going to pretend like it's not happening, then it's weird. I don't know if I talked about this Senator Natasha thing. I think I was supposed to record this thing since, but I didn't. And I feel like it's outdated, but anyway, that happened, right? Like these men in power, they decide to, and it feels like, you know maybe when it happens in like lower tiers of society, and now it's like you're a senator with me, like we're all senators, and you just so happen to be the head of the senators, and we think we're equals, right? Until things like this happen and we're not, and nobody's speaking up for me, nobody's doing anything, and then you're reminded once again why why like you're marginalized, you know and these people will always find a way to take power from you. and it's interesting, and it is the worst thing ever. So yeah, yeah, I feel like even if it is even if it's not like we're still going to feel powerless regardless, but let's just never forget, right? I feel like we forget a lot. It's like, oh man, everything is bad. Oh, cause that person, cause this person, and then times for elections, it's like, well, maybe it wasn't that bad. We really like that revisionizing abi what was the word? Because the niggas be like, oh man, Buhari was not that. It was pretty bad. Everything is just a falling foundation. Can't just come and be like, oh, because things are worse now, man. Nigga, it was bad all over, and it just so happened to just go lower. People is the type of selfishness that I'll never understand, right? Because you can succeed in the economical class, political class, and it won't really affect you, right? Like there just needs to be working systems, working infrastructures. That's and like because I feel like Nigeria's biggest problem is maintenance. Like you do one thing and it's like, okay, I've done it. Get the fuck out of my face. Okay, I've done it, it's done. Whatever. We leave it. It gets abandoned. People in charge don't get funding. There's a bunch of it makes way for a lot of other corrupt things. And it's just what is the case? This country is crazy. And sometimes you want to leave and then you're like, man, why are you leaving too? You know, a lot of people migrate to either Europe or in America, and America has its own stupid problem right now, and the West that's pushing into fascism. It's crazy. It's crazy. America is really actually fucking stupid, please. Like a lot of things just happen, and it's like, what are we even fighting against? What are you people fighting against? What are you people fighting for? A lot of things is just about power and control. That is just it. That's just it, man. Nigga just want to tell you that they have power over you, and that's like you can use your religion to defend anything. You can use your book to defend anything. You can say this is this and this is that according to whatever religious text. But at the end of the day, though, we know what it is. Just because something is legal doesn't mean it's right. It was legal to own slaves, and it is interesting when you think about it. Because me, I don't see the need to cause a lot of division among people. And people say, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know what's up. Like some people just want to be sheep, man. They just want to be controlled. People we always looking for somebody to look up to. Like this shit is gets really cultish sometimes. Like Jesus Christ. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I think I've said enough. But a lot of things have happened this year that just deserves a lot of sitting down with. And then there's the children school in Abuja that hasn't gotten teachers haven't been paid and all of that stuff. And see when they say you can tell a lot from a society by how they treat their children, and that shit is real. That shit is very real. At the same time, they're trying to when there's no education, it's just god, it's so dumb, bro. It's like, what are we even doing, man? Like it's school, like it's school. Hell, man, if everything can work, if all the schools can just function properly in this place, because schools breed a lot of excellence. They breed a lot of innovation. As much as I don't like it, is the truth. See, if a lot of, especially the educational institutions, if they were working, there would be like significant change. Like if people weren't just so frustrated about it. So it's like, what are we really doing? I can't, I can't defend any political person. I can't stand or support, or I can't really do anything. And it's going to be like, oh yeah, there's going to be, it's not good and bad, it's just evil and lesser evil. But you see, it doesn't really have to be like that, right? Look, some things are great, right? You can't please everybody. You can't, but you cannot come and be telling me that the evil and the lesser evil, and it's just paying teachers so they can teach the students. Some things are not great like that. They are not. But everybody, it's just it's hard. Anyway, I feel like everything moves kind of fast, and we tend to forget, and we tend to move on, and it is not wrong per se. There's only so much that you can assimilate and remember, you know, from the world around you, and then there's so much happening with you personally. But it's just cool to just kind of sit down with yourself sometimes, and we don't really get that time, you know. Capitalism doesn't give you that time. Just open your mouth and just say capitalism. Or people work like a lot of hours in a day. They come back, they are so tired, they sleep, and then they go back and run that shit back again. You know, and then before any time has passed. So yeah, I mean, sometimes you just have to sit down and think about it. So yeah, man, I can't support any of these people. I really don't care for them. Buhari died the other day. So I've been great, man. But this nigga lived till 80 something, and he thrives. He ate that shit, bro. He took that national cake, bro. So yeah. Nigerian political class is shit. And a lot of people, other people just align themselves with it. You know. Even some of our artists have not supposed to read some of them. I'm not even saying anybody should be anybody's role model. Someone was like, "Why do men always need role models?" And I agree with that thing a lot. Like nigga, just I guess I don't know, man. I see people be like, "Oh, we don't owe people anything," but we kind of do. I mean, you owe somebody to just do the right thing and make their day less of a mess. You know, these small things. Yeah, I don't know what I just finished yapping about, but I hope it is okay. Anyway, I think I'm going to wrap it up here. Um, yeah, don't forget Benway. Don't forget those. I think we owe people lives. I think we owe that much to them, to be honest. You know, should get to treat. They really treated that shit like a campaign and just left it. Yeah, don't forget any of that stuff. Don't stand politicians. Well, I'm not going to be the one to tell you what to do anyway. Whatever. Yeah. Um. Find time to appreciate small things and remember things. I started writing down a list of projects, music projects that I listened to this year. Yeah, I'll just record it down because I felt like a lot of things just fly by so fast, and I don't even know, like, oh, this and this and this. So I'm just like, I just record down everything so I can recall and just remember how this thing made me feel. So yeah, um, I think that'll be all for now. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed this. And if you didn't, you should just listen to it again. Take care. Good night. Good morning. And I'll see you when I see you.